Hello everyone, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? What a gorgeous Monday. I love this kind of date and time of year because it's like we've got a couple good things going on. We're approaching a fantastic Gemini full moon, and it allows us this rich like dichotomy in ourselves. You know, we can be really serious, but we can be really funny. We can be really frugal on one day, and then we can be just really, big spender the next, all of these things, but we accept it. I love Geminis. Geminis like totally accept themselves. They're like, yeah, I might be extra this day and I might be in hermit mode the next, and it is what it is. So I'm loving this beautiful full moon. And you guys, I think I'm going to post to a nice full moon special. I always do these really inexpensive full moon specials, usually once a month or every couple of months. So I'm going to do that over on IG if you want to check it out. Now, this Woodland I love so much because I actually grew up on Woodland Drive, and it reminded me of making plans because we had so many crazy animals. We legit had ferrets, we had French lap rabbits, we had Rex and Regina and Rags, and Nasty was our pit bull. We had everything. We basically just had a freaking menagerie of crazy animals, and we just let them go free range all over the house and decks, and oh my God, they get in the pool. It was just nuts. It was so much fun. But it reminds me that all things are possible. The more we honor and celebrate the success that you already have, do you have any skill set? You know what I mean? Can you sew? Like, are you proud of that? Like, are you focusing on what you have and the gifts and talents and the fact that you have a roof over your head, the fact that you have all of us also have that one relative or friend that we can just share and tell anything to, that we absolutely love and adore. Having that. Woodland reminded me of that there are always friends out there in the forest. You know what I mean? There's always berries, there's always sustenance. So look for the sustenance in your life. Act as if you're wildly successful, and the more you feel that, the more success will develop. Honestly, when I woke up, I was like, so much gratitude in my life. I'm like, wow, I'm really glad that my mom was like just so wonderful at psychology and working with people with mental health issues, and it got me so excited about the psychology of life and behaviorism and all of that. And it's like, I remember just going through her books and wanting more books, and why do people act like this and this and that, and this morning when I woke up, I was like, thank you for my curiosity, universe. Like, thank you for that. Otherwise I wouldn't have learned, and I wouldn't have taught myself or went and sought out things that expanded how I see the world, like that. Be excited that you're curious. I think that we thrive when we're curious. And I feel like victories are really going to emerge for you. Red Riding Hood, you're going to come out on top. I just feel like you're going to feel success flowing into your life. Vitality is glowing. It's youthful renewal of your body that's also occurring. Now is the time to take action and support your dreams. Feel it. We are what we think we are. So we can transcend those everythings. When we first wake up and we're achy. Last night, couldn't sleep to save my life. My leg, when you move a certain way and you're certain your leg is going to go into a Charlie horse mode, so you just keep moving. I did that for a couple hours. And I was thinking, oh, I'm not going to get any sleep. And then I thought, hey, well, how lucky are you? Tomorrow, you don't need to go anywhere. You work for yourself. You can work exactly like you want. And the calmness of knowing that, like, kind of lulled me back into sleep. I feel like when we want our lens to be focused on what's available to us, and when we apply limitlessness to that, we start to feel good because we know the truth in that. We know we're limitless. We know opportunities, people, love, abundance. All of that is literally limitless. And it's how we view ourselves. So I'm watching this podcast, Obsessed and Love, King It or Sting It, with Theo Von. So they have Bobby Lee's little brother on there. And I noticed right away, I was like, oh, this guy's insecurities could just tackle him. They could just tackle him and take him out of the comedy game because he had like bombed on stage or something. And I noticed he was focusing on like people not responding to him, this and that and all the things, not the fact that he got the opportunity to do that, and his big comic friends are allowing other opportunities. They're like, get right back on the horse, man. I'm going to LA. I'll set up a stage for you. You can go to these comedy clubs. And he was like resisting that because he was focused on the failure. But you will hear countless stories of people of anything, especially comedians and actors. You'll get a lot of rejection in the beginning till you like hone your craft and you really kind of tighten up your ship, right? So notice also where you might need that. Like Little Red Riding Hood is like masterful. Look, the wolves are by her side. She's got her flower. She's like, no, I'm one with nature, and I'm not going. And there's an owl over the head for wisdom that, listen, when we know we can, we can. It's as simple as that. Which brings us to feathers. And this always reminds me, and I have feathers all over my house, be as light as a feather. And I feel like the stability in a feather is knowing it can go anywhere, and it is light and it is free. You know what I mean? It's time to kind of like take measure of your life, and also put your roots down. If you feel like you've been blowing hither and yon sort of thing, make plans for the future. But don't act on those plans until you feel secure that they are exactly what you want in stepping forward, right? Is that where you want to land as a feather? Where do you want to land? Because sometimes we're impulsive. I need to do this. I must say yes to that. This is stabilizing, taking a look at everything, looking at the landscape like Little Red Riding Hood would. She's like, whoa, that looks like a muddy bog over there. That could be quicksand. That could be a quick fix. You know what I mean? Like, let me really make sure I'm on stable ground. This is also right now looking at contracts, anything, making sure, because I used to be really impulsive with that. Yeah, I want this bank account, I want that, I'm going to do that. And then you need to be like, hey, look at these percentages, look at these, like read the whole contract, that sort of thing. This is also about that. Taking care of that. This is being present in the moment and slowing down and letting go of busyness and a frenetic pace. Explore and honor yourself. Go deep, reflect on your life. It's a beautiful time of year to do this. So it's a healing time as well. So if you feel right now, and a lot of people are like, wow, there's only like a few weeks till Christmas, and then you get that sense of urgency to purchase and get and acquire. Be like, who is really deserving of a nice little present? I'm telling you, pretty much everybody I know is probably getting an Amazon package, because it's the beautiful thing that I know that they would want, but I don't have to go in a store and arm wrestle society, bring it home, wrap it up, put it in a thing, go to the post office, arm wrestle society in there. And, you know, so think about it. The thought, the gesture, and the love is still there. You're just simplifying. And there is no shame in that game. I just love that. I remember years prior, I always thought, I would drive myself crazy, like how to get things to people on time. Hello, Amazon Prime. Thank you very much for your existence, that type of thing. Be light, be free, and simplify. That's what this is all about. But I do see a sense of strength and gorgeous acceptance coming in. You know, it's like, embrace your inner majesty, accept your life in all of its configurations. I can be the messiest zoo crew you've ever seen. If I am just going through and I'm doing tons of reads and I'm making lots of jewelry, it looks like somebody flipped the house upside down. I don't care about that. In due course, it will be cleaned. You know what I mean? I don't beat myself. I cherish the fact that I have these beautiful tools to use in the first place. That sort of thing. Every moment has profound value, you know, even if it doesn't seem like it. Forgive yourself and others. Accept all that life has provided, and really harmony ensues. And recollect, if you're ever feeling low, of a beautiful moment that you shared with somebody. I love the fact that post worker just gave me a big hug the other day. That brings me up every day. That the fact that the lady at the nail salon said, oh, I like when you come in, I feel happy and I can breathe better. Like, that made my freaking month. I was like, for real? She's like, yeah, you just make me happy just by being near me. I was like, that's awesome, lady. And I was like, you know, and it opens the door to friendships. But I have to say, I love people. I'm really connected to people, Koreans and Asians. Their gentle, quiet nature, they're very observant and they feel energy. They can share space really beautifully, and they're unhurried, and they're kind of like a self-contained unit. And I love that. And I remember in Taekwondo watching Grandmaster and Master and just being like, oh, look at the energy. They're containing it. And just a look would say a million things, whether, you know, displeasure or pleasure. Amazing. And I thought, ooh, I'm going to practice that. And I have been. And when we do that, we don't become the sprinkler system of emotions, and we don't need to hand out criticisms, and we don't need to hand out glares. We just contain ourselves, and we're like, oh, high vibration. We let go of fear, we let go of guilt, we let go of shoulda, woulda, couldas, and we're just there and we're present. We're drinking it all in, all the beauty, all the majesty that's us and everybody else. So my beauties, that is what you're meant to hear today. Thank you guys so much for your beautiful comments and tuning in. Love, love, love you guys coming in and sharing time with me. You're amazing. And let's all just be chill and keep grounded in this season for one another and most importantly for yourself. So love and light.